Now in 2 Samuel chapter 10, actually this starts really similar to the way 2 Samuel 9 started. Because you remember back in chapter 9, look back there if you would at verse 1, it says, "And David said, Is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" And if you remember, that whole chapter was about David wanting to show the kindness of God unto one of the descendants of Saul, and he ends up taking that descendant, Mephibosheth, and bringing him into the king's house, letting him eat at his own table, giving him an inheritance and things that he really didn't deserve. And we talked about what a beautiful picture of salvation that is, how we get this great inheritance that we don't deserve, and we're going to dwell in the house of the Lord forever and eat at his table and so forth. So that was a beautiful story in chapter 9, but it's funny because chapter 10 starts out almost the same way, where it says in verse 1, "It came to pass after this that the king of the children of Ammon died, and Hanun his son reigned in his stead. Then said David," what? "I will show kindness unto Hanun." So isn't that exactly what he had in his mind in chapter 9? Hey, I'm going to show kindness unto one of the descendants of Saul, my enemies. Here, he's looking at a foreign leader. This guy's dad just died, and he says, "I'm going to show kindness unto this guy." David was just a man with a lot of kindness in his heart. He was a righteous man who loved people, and here he's being kind unto others once again. So it says in verse 2, "Then said David, I will show kindness unto Hanun, the son of Nahash, as his father showed kindness unto me." And David sent to comfort him by the hand of his servants for his father, and David's servants came into the land of the children of Ammon. Now, this is the type of thing that happens all the time today. When a tragedy happens in another country or someone dies of importance, we would send an ambassador to express our sympathy or to express our condolences just in order to keep up friendly relations with other nations. So that's all he's doing. He's just sending ambassadors to say, hey, we're sorry to hear about him dying. But look what the Bible says in verse 3. "And the princes of the children of Ammon said unto Hanun their lord, Thinkest thou that David doth honor thy father, that he hath sent comforters unto thee? Hath not David rather sent his servants unto thee to search the city and to spy it out and to overthrow it?" Now, these are the type of people that the Bible warns us about in Proverbs, where it talks about whisperers that separate chief friends, or people that will sow strife among brethren. Basically, people are getting along, people like each other, and everything's great. And then somebody comes in and says, well, you know what? Actually, this person said this about you. Or, well, actually, this person doesn't like you, or whatever. And they sow those seeds of strife. These are wicked people, and they're causing a lot of strife and bloodshed because, as we read in the chapter, there's going to be warfare. People are going to be dying. People are out on a battlefield and so forth. Why? Because of these idiots in verse number 3 who are just making this up, just a false accusation. I mean, David, of the kindness of his heart, sends ambassadors to give the condolences, and these people are like, oh, you think these people are here just to say that, you know, they're sorry for your dad? You think they're just honoring your dad? No, they're spies. They're here to spy out the nakedness of the land, and they're gonna invade and blah, blah. You know, but there are people like this today on our personal lives that will come to us and try to get us to think the worst about everybody. But not only that, if we look at the global stage, there are people who foment wars where there shouldn't be any wars, right? I mean, there are people who basically just assume the worst about every person and every nation. And let me tell you something. I think these people probably just wanted to go to war. I mean, that's one explanation for why they would do this. Now, maybe they're just paranoid, right? I mean, as we read this, we have to wonder, why are these people saying this? Because their accusations are not based on any fact. David and this guy's father have had a good relationship in the past. This guy had been kind unto David, the father, and now David's being kind unto his son. Where is this coming from? Of just, oh, they're here, they're spies, they want to invade, whatever. Either these people just want to go to war for whatever reason, or they're just paranoid or whatever. But either way, they're committing sin because they are committing a false accusation.